Hey guys, it's Ralph Greenwood here, and this is the second video in my meet and greet series. This will be the video about Cisco's BN, which stands for Bloomington and Normal, the communities of Bloomington and Normal in Illinois, GMO, Gulf Mobile and Ohio Railroad. So it's Cisco's BN, GMO. And some of the highlights of Cisco's layout are the Bloomington Airport and the large Bloomington Rail Yard and the Illinois State University campus. And the world's first steak and shake. So, come along with us and enjoy the tour of Cisco's layout. By the way, subscribe to my channel and all that if you like this kind of content. We'll see ya. Enjoy. All right.
And I can turn the lights on.
This is, yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
Cool. That is, yeah.
That's cool.
This is Cisco's BN GMO. Yeah. All right.
It's out there.
Ah.
Where all my family's buried. And that's the Towanda Barnes Road that follows the edge of the airport. It goes down things in here. There's 5 of them, and they all run by this, so I can just use this to shut everything. So all the traffic lights switch every 15 to 20 seconds.
Okay. Now, so this is the airport in
Bloomington-Normal.
in Bloomington and Normal.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the old version of Bloomington-Normal Airport.
And you have the, Tony was telling me about the DC-3 here.
That's right there.
Yep.
That's the DC-3 Ozark that flew in here for probably 30 years.
Uh-huh.
So it's probably near the end. It's probably near the beginning of this layout. That's the end of Ozark.
There's a Learjet and
Yep.
a couple Piper Cubs, looks like.
There's the State Farm Learjet for State Farm corporate headquarters, which I worked for.
Yeah.
I'm retired from. And then we have the FedEx facility out here. And
Uh-huh.
our airport fire department. Field out here on Ireland Grove Road. There's parking for it. The electric substation was about that size back then. It's a lot bigger now.
Wow.
And the power came into town from the east and went there, and went from the towers to the bigger substation in the middle of town, and then went out of town and west. So one of the Bloomington water towers. I tried to fixate it. That's why I did 15 years, because I kind of kit bashed some things that were in the later.
And then Conrail.
Oh yes. The 2 lines that run through town here that kind of cross here is the old Norfolk and Western and the New York Central, and of course became Penn Central and became Norfolk and Southern in the later years.
Yeah.
But they cross the main line of the ICG or the GMO over there, and that's the old station with the Bike Candy Company that's on the west side of town. And they cross, and then it kind of comes like this, and the Norfolk and Western goes out east of town, and that's the line over there. So
Okay.
And then we had the ICG is a combination of the Illinois Central and the Gulf Mobile in Ohio. And back then, until they merged, the Gulf Mobile in Ohio went north and south through Bloomington-Normal, and the Illinois Central, which is right here, went directly north and south from Freeport to Pana. And that's the old street in Normal down here where all the bars we used to go to. shop.
Yep.
The other guys will take over. Town about that slow.
You're fine.
See, I think I was 10 to 15 years old when I really remembered them coming through regularly.
Crew change.
Crew change. That's right. It was a long enough train probably to do that.
Yeah.
This one does fine. These are two of my best running engines here. Those are good.
Uh-oh.
Again.
You better report to HR.
Train master up on the third floor is going to get us.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't miss anything. Back there. So I've got backdrops now that are going to go across here, and every so often, like on the streets, and they ran right over the top, and they had the GMO flag, and they had things written, painted on it, and everything. It was just so neat. It was there for years and years. They just rebuilt it a few years ago. Here in Bloomington, South Bloomington out here, it's Morrissey Drive, which is Route 150 that goes into Indiana eventually. And this is the old 66 that went from Chicago to St. Louis. And that corner over there was called Brantville. There's a restaurant, a gas station, and a trucking company. And it was called Bob Johnson's Brantville. It was one of the most popular truck stops on the old 66 before 55 was built. So I've got it. I'm going to have it on there. So I built this for my neighborhood yard. So a portable elevator made equipment for the farm. And actually, the yard itself over here at this end goes into Normal. It crosses the Normal line. It has like a 5-track that combines down to 2. And this is the main street in Normal. This is the bridge that goes over the creek in Normal. This is the Steak and Shake in Normal. And then this will kind of be the dividing line. I've got a bridge that's going to go over here from what we call Emerson Street, and that's compressed wise. That's going to be where Bloomington Normal kind of separates on the layout.
Yeah.
But most of this part of the yard was in Bloomington.
Because that's a picture
Yes, it's
of Bloomington, where it starts in Bloomington.
yep.
And you can see all the way back, it ran back into Normal.
There's a picture in the 60s. There's a picture in the 70s. And there's Tony standing there watching the Conrail go by when he was, what, 6, 7?
Wow, yeah. He showed me that picture. Yeah. Cool.
And these are night pictures of the old railroad station. The old railroad station is called Union Station. It was really quite a piece of architecture.
Yeah.
The train master for Central Illinois was on the 3rd floor, and back when they did a double main, they actually had a CTC system instead of an ABS, where they tracked everything from Chicago to St. Louis, from Chicago and the Bloomington office, switching and everything. So I kind of kept the double main configuration for that. So this comes down here, and at the end of the yard, comes down here and crosses the Norfolk and Western back then, and the New York Central. This actually, Norfolk and Western was the nickel plate in the older days.
Yep.
So, and then of course this was the New York Central, Penn Central, and Conrail.
Now, was that the picture, Tony? You showed me a picture where the station was in the background. Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That's where he's talking about. Yeah.
I think that's the the Bachman Spectrum Woolworths dime store building that I used for the station. And I put the little sign that looks just like it on there. and I've got lighting to go along. But they had these old green lights, the old-fashioned, like in the 30s, and this guy in California made them, so I bought some, so they'll actually have the ones.
Did I?
Oh, I
Did I do
have
that? Was it already like that, or?
Oh yeah,
So-
I hit that all the time. I have one over there I hit all the time too. This is going east and this is going west, and they combine together and go underneath the pedestrian bridge in Illinois State. And so, yeah, these are the actual Hewitt Manchester dorms that you probably passed when you went through that area right there in the Normal Library. And that is the very first TPMW boxcars and stuff ran in the old days. The old paint scheme came up through here through El Paso and that. I've got circuit board systems is through this old guy named We Honest on eBay. He's an old Chinese guy in Rowland Heights, California. It's all made in China, but you can buy a set of those crossing gates with the entire circuit board and the IR sensors and sound, the bell and everything, the whole thing for like $90, and all the boards underneath and the motors.
How long has this taken to build all of this?
I started in April of 2020.
Wow.
So Tony and I, we had layouts when we were younger and everything, and then we just kind of were out of the trains for a while.
Yeah.
And Tony got back into them sooner than I did, and then about 10 years ago, I got what I had out of the packages, and I started buying off of eBay. So, and I had some of the Commonwealth Edisons. I had one of the GMOs, and I bought a couple. I bought 4 SD40s. I bought some more of these whenever I could find them. I started buying engines. But back in 12 and 13, when I was buying stuff off of eBay, I was getting these engines and the SD40s for like $80, $90 a piece. Now you're going to get $180, $190 for them.
Oh yeah.
So I'm glad I bought them early.
Yep.
I had a couple. These two here were hand painted. My friend in town here, Jeff Weather, he's got a GMO layout from the 50s. He does the 50s. He does entirely red and maroon.
Yeah.
And he hand painted these 40 some years ago, and I bought them from him.
Wow.
So those are old. Those are old blue box Atherns, and I've had them for almost 50 years now.
Wow.
So those are 2 of my oldest ones that I actually kept. There's a lot of them I sold off back then, but I kept a couple boxes. Then I just decided to start building them again.
Yeah.
My friend Jeff used to buy from this place called Carline. They don't make cars anymore. Like this Green Bay and Western and this Illinois Terminal. There's some in here that are made by Carline. They did a really nice job of painting and decaling. And they put good trucks and good couplers on them. They were a really good company, but they went out of business.
Yeah. We're back. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I forgot to tell you, Cisco, also known as Mike, is Redbird Tony 2010's father. I forgot to tell you guys that. But hope you enjoyed the show. Stay tuned, because probably next week, we're going to have the 3rd video in this meet and greet series. Talk at you guys later. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.